Okay, so we have the Firebase functions, and what we will do now is that I will share this source code with you. How? Right. First of all, come here to the left, and you should have this icon that says extensions. Click there and install. Write down Git. Git is an extension that helps us to do the control of versions inside Visual Studio Code. Something similar to what we saw in Flutterflow, but inside this program. Install Git Graph, click on install, Git history, click on install, and that's it. Git Graph, Git history, okay? You have to click on install. Once you have that done, you need a GitHub account. What is GitHub? GitHub is this. Go to your navigator and write down github.com. Okay, github.com. Sign up and create an account. Okay, this is we could call it the social network for programmers. Here is where you save all your repositories, your projects, and you can share them with colleagues or friends. And it's a place that it's free. Okay, you don't need to pay anything, and it's very useful so that you don't have it on your machine. And if one day your machine burns out, your intellectual work, it's not lost. So github.com, and you create an account. Once you have the account created, you come back here, and I will share this with you so that you don't need to code. If you want to do it by yourself, then it should be again the topic for another course, not this one. So all what I'll do is to share my code with you. How? I come here to the source control, and I will click in initialize repository. Okay, I have my repository initialized, and I will. These are the changes, the new files that have been detected. So the commit is like an entry in this sort of diary of my of the life of this code, of the changes and the evolution of this work. And I will write down first commit of functions. I click in save, and now I click on publish branch. And this will, I don't have any repository created, so I will create one, and there are two options, private or public. And I will create it public so that you can download it freely and install it in your machine. So I click on public. This will take very short time. Successfully published. Okay. And now this is the URL. And now I have published this, and I have this URL. Okay. This is the URL that you have to use if you want to clone my project. Okay. This is the URL. I will leave it also in the description. But remember, this is the URL that you need to copy. Okay. I will show you later what you have to do in your machine in order to copy this. But if you put it on your navigator, you will have here the state, whatever I do, you will see, you will be able to download it. Okay. Right. So you will see me that when I do changes, I make commits. Okay, I make commits, and you can see, and you will see here, you will always see the last state of the project, like the most recent. What should you do in your machine when you are watching this course? In case that you don't want to do it by yourself, okay? If you want to do it by yourself, then you just have to copy. But if you just want to copy the source code because you don't want to go through all the difficulties of this JavaScript, you create a folder, copy Tinder Pedro, okay? You drag it to Visual Studio Code, so this will open Visual Studio Code inside this folder, and you must come here to the terminal, right? Remember the terminal, and if you don't see this, go here, terminal, new terminal, and you write git clone, and you paste the URL, Control C, you write down this URL, git clone that URL. You click enter, and all my project will be copied inside that folder. You see? All the project will be copied. Right, once you've done this, you need to change folder because this creates a new folder. So you need to move inside that folder. Please do this, remember this, because this step, it's important, the one that I'm going to do now. You write down cd, Tinder, Udemy, English. And now you are inside the same project that I am. We have the same source code. Another way of doing this, you close and you open this folder, and it's not the parent folder, the one that you have to drag. No, you need to open this folder, and this is the folder that you need to open. In this case, I'll do it with right click, open with code. Remember that, you need to open this folder, not the one that I just created. And the only thing that you need to do now is click, well, you should have installed the Firebase tools, so you should have done the npm install Firebase tools, what we did in the 2 videos ago, I think. And then you come here, you only have to do npm install, okay, you click enter, npm install, wait, one moment, no such file or directory. Sorry. You need to change inside the folder of functions. Okay, once we are here, you do cd functions, and now we are inside the folder of functions, and you click npm install. And this will take a while. It's installing all the libraries that are specified here, Firebase admin and Firebase functions, that are the only ones that we really need. Remember this, if you go to a different machine, imagine that you have two computers and you go to a different computer and you do the same, you must go to that computer and make sure you open the terminal and make sure that the version of Node, it's the same one that you had in the other computer, so the 18.15. What happens if you have a different version? Or what happens if you want to install exactly the same version that the 18.15, and imagine that you watch this video in 2024 and they are in a different version, right? What could you do? Okay, I'm not exactly in the same one. You see there are changes. So how can I install exactly the same version? Although it might work, it might work. This thing of the versioning, yeah, I cannot really tell you. Sometimes the versions work. The best is to have exactly the same version, to be honest. So come here to downloads, and you must come to all downloads, previous releases, and here you should find the number here, 19, 18, 17. You should find the 18, 17, 15, yeah, 18. You come here to releases, and these are all, this is the latest 18 the available versions. The important number that needs to be exactly the same, it's the first. Like, for example, you see there are one number dot another number dot another number. The one that needs to be exactly the same, it's this one, the first number. The other two are not so important because they are like minor releases, and it should not affect you. But the one it is really important, it's the first number. Okay, so you should come here 18, 17 and install the latest version of that node. And let me see, because before Yeah, all download options. 18, 16. Previous releases. Before you were able to install even the minor versions, but now it looks like they have changed this. Install. No, you can only install the latest major version. Okay, the first number, it's called the major version. Yeah, that should be okay. Like, at least the first number needs to be the same in both machines. Okay. In fact, what I will do now, it's in this in my project, I will set a property of node. No, the node 16. Yeah, everything should be left like this. Okay, once we've done this, the installation, what else should we do? Yes. You should come here to the firebase.json, no, firebase ERC, and this file, firebase.firebase ERC, and this project should be your project ID of Firebase, not mine. Remember, this project ID, this project ID, okay, not mine. So you copy your project ID, and that's the one that you need. Yeah, exactly. You copy, you change it, and then you make the Firebase login, and the same steps that we did in the in the previous video, and you select when you are asked for which project you are working in to specify that this is the project, and then you should be able to do the Firebase deploy enter, and then your functions here, your functions should update and be the same than the ones that I have. Okay. That's it. Basically, that's all. I know this video is a bit complicated, and no, I'm not gonna lie. These are complicated things because, and I don't want to get very deep. Only the necessary so that you can keep going. But yeah, I strongly recommend you that you do one course of this topic at least. Okay.